who said to graduate there especially. Welcome back to Alex O the Judge. Please, if you're first time to come across our channel, do it to subscribe and help us to share the video, let it go viral so that others can get some information like see they get from this amazing platform. If there's somewhere like so they like, please do it to drop it under the comment section so we can make adjustments to it. You know, understand? So that was so much. Let's dive into the matter. Right about as I talked to now. So Nigeria is one of the, in fact, the Nigeria Institute as a whole is an hypocrite to humanity. You know, understand? So as we all know, the great leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been unjustly arrested for detained for over 4 years now against all international laws. The DSS has been performing. Our greatest surprise, see people around to celebrate this particular judgment from the court. That is a big win for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What is win for them? Winning we sit inside the same place. Because right about now, so the DSS boss that has been denying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lawyer, family and friends not to visit him after the September case has set to face jail terms according to the news we are having. According to the report, the IPOB court threatened to DSS DG for blocking Nnamdi Kanu from lawyer. We don't know the reason behind this particular thing, but I think for the celebrator, we don't need to celebrate. We need to know the reason. We be like say no, maybe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu see anybody. Maybe there's something more bigger than what we are seeing. Meanwhile, another news where it happen for Anambra. So if you see this news where this guy just bringing, so meaning say it's Anambra governorship election to hold November 8th, 2025. I got the announced date of election. Where be like say even the outgoing governor, which is going to go out next year, which is Soludo, has not performed. That time when Soludo the campaign, I remember back then they call it solution. Now we finish now. We finish now, enough to provide any solution for the people of Anambra State. So I hope you not ring your way back in this particular matter. Meanwhile, there's this video from Dr. Kemi even calling on the government to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because allowing DSS allowing people to go see him there. DSS office is not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's home. Are you getting it? So if you look here close now, this audio document as we say breaking court issue notice against DSS director threatens to jail him for denying Nnamdi Kanu access to his lawyers. So let us listen to this lady first before we go further on what we have for you guys today. Let's listen to this woman first.
Dr. Kemi Lawrence, it's Tuesday, the 8th of October, 2024. Let's talk about IPOB. When the struggle to separate Nigeria back into a Biafran faction started, it was a fresh new struggle. We've seen Masab, we've seen other groups, but in 2016, IPOB came into the forefront. I was a journalist inside the newsroom of Petals FM Ibadan, and I was actually following the whole thing and reporting it on my own independent blog. I supported the Biafrans, the new age Biafrans, but I started telling them not to ever chant Biafra or death because I know President Buhari will have an agenda of proscribing them as a terrorist group. On March 16th, 2016, I tweeted it, "Be careful calling Biafra or death. President Buhari will proscribe you as a terror group before you know it. Don't chant Biafra or death." A lot of IPOB and supporters abused me, cursed me, even ethnic slurs about me being Yoruba. I was in support of that movement. The Punch carried a story about it. However, my warning was because I knew what these people can do. 14 months later, in October 2017, President Buhari proscribed IPOB as a terrorist group. And I was right, I was vindicated. I went on TVC and I did an interview. And on that interview, I spoke about this whole prediction. What I discovered was there was a mentality that Nigerians were fed because of abuse of power. If somebody is powerful, they can use that power and abuse it to really fuel a wrong narrative. Even Nnamdi Kanu did it when he said Buhari was dead. Everybody believed it in the Southeast. However, we have to get straight. I did a social experiment. I said, Nnamdi Kanu, they said he had an illness in Italy. I can't confirm or deny whether he's dead. Most of the IPOB people said, I said Nnamdi was dead. I said, I can't confirm or deny. But they picked up only the death and they said, I put out fake news. On the social experiment, the reaction I wanted to see from IPOB people was the same treatment they gave Buhari as being dead. Let me give them that same treatment and see how they'll respond. The only person that knew about it was the only other person that was reporting about IPOB, and that was the Vanguard. The editor of the Vanguard, Eze, at the time, knew that I was the author of that whole did Kanu die or not. Let's put social experiments aside. Let's put Nnamdi's Buhari died in London aside. Let's get to the point. The point is that this is 2024. Buhari is no longer in government, and there was a false narrative pushed into the heads of Nigerians. The IPOB is not a terrorist group. Okay, and I don't care what anybody says. Nobody pays me to do anything. I don't take bribes. No, I'm not standing here doing videos to impress anybody. I just stand for the truth. And when I tell the truth, if you don't fucking like it, exit. The IPOB being a terror group is a false narrative President Buhari pushed into the nation and had the DSS stand by and start carrying people left, right, and center. The Department of State Security was fueled by this narrative and was led by a fraudulent monster, Magaji Bichi. When Bichi left the DSS, when Tinubu removed him, there were celebrations in the corridors of the DSS. People were screaming, they were happy. He held them in bondage like Israel and Egypt. He held them in false narrative about IPOB. All the killings going on in the Southeast, the Nigerian media were pushed to give the killers a nickname, UGM. The most disgraceful thing you can do in journalism, to give a nickname to killers. The UGM stood for unknown gunmen. There is no fucking way that you have gunmen that are unknown. All gunmen are known. If we don't know them, then they're terrorists or assassins. And that's the job of the Nigerian police. But instead, these IGPs are focusing on their own pockets. When Fisaya Shoyoba, an investigative journalist, was investigating one of the top cops at Bunike, okay, for 4 billion naira fraud, they invited Fisaya. They held him for 2 days on the invitation. I do not honor any police invitation. I got 6 while I was in Nigeria. They know I'm not going to come. You don't intimidate a journalist. Let us tell the people the truth. Indigenous people of Biafra are exactly what they say they are. Indigenous people of Biafra. If they want to know their ancestors and their roots, let them. Any opinions I've had about IPOB in the past vanishes now. This is 2024, October 8th, to be precise. That group of people are not terrorists. Buhari now used his power to proscribe them as terrorists. As an investigative journalist looking at the UGM situation, I'll be reading Instablog. I'll be saying UGM killed this, UGM killed that. What you guys don't know is, I'm not going to get into the ethnic and tribal stuff, but there were northern Fulani herdsmen planted in that.
Right, guys, to cut the long story short, and I know Dr. Kemi is a bit talk where like say tomorrow, no day. So let us dive in and tell me what you think concerning that as statement. You say IPOB court threatens to DSS DG for blocking Nnamdi Kanu lawyer from the Abuja High Court on Friday threatened to JD, Director General of Department of State Service DSS Adem Oluwa for blocking Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the IPOB from his legal team. In a notice of consequence, the court accused the DSS DG of disobeying its ruling, ordering Kanu lawyer to have routine access to him. The notice of consequences was served on the DSS DG by the registrar of the Abuja Federal Court and was made public by Kanu's lead counsel, Aloy Ejimako. In a statement he signed, Ejimako threatened to commence contemplated proceeding against the DSS Boss following the notice of consequence served. The statement read, earlier today, the registrar of the Federal High Court, Abuja, issued a Form 48, which is a notice of consequences of disobeying an order of the court against the Director General of DSS in regard to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The notice stated, take notice that unless you obey the direction contained in this order, see overleaf by following the application, counsel to conduct the court ordering visitation with the application Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you will be guilty of counter of court and will be liable to be committed to prison. This notice necessitated by the repeated disobedience of the court order. Visitation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by a newly appointed Director General of the State Security Service, Mr. Adeola Oluwatosin Ajayi, who has for almost a month not allowed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lawyer to visit him. To be clear, this notice is a quash criminal judicial process that forwards any person disobey a court order of the penal consequence of such misconduct. Therefore, if the Director General of DSS persists on this ignoble path, he will leave us with no other option than to commence vigorous counter procedure against him. Story back up with big grammar. Is it not the same DSS that kept Mazi Nnamdi after the court discharged and acquitted him? Why not let this man go here, go rest, go take fresh air? All you guys are working together. Even the DSS are making money in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So they don't want that man to leave them. I remember saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being brought to court. They have over 5 million in their bank account. So all of them they enjoy. And the government, okay, the government will pull Mazi Nnamdi after the discharge and acquittal. Where are they today? Just back of paper. you will know say this case so you not get very good. But people say rate as good. For me, it's not the good because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu still the only allowed go receive it every day by day. Tell us what you think. Help us share it to go better. We pray for quick release and a strong health and in fact, that man don't sacrifice everything. Move for me.